grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I will run away, I don't have to plan it. I can go, change my fate, you won't understand it. All alone, that's okay, people I can't stand them. They don't want me to change, keep me where I'm standing. And I don't wanna be where I am, and I want something more, take a chance. It could be possibly my last dance, my last dance. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down.
Hello and welcome back to the mix-up. So I was just watching Psycho Babbles live, and he starts off his live with a little clip from the Gotcha Man trying to sing there. That was Gotcha Man is funny. I will give him credit. He's funny. Dude is funny. But Psycho Babble gets into his thing, and the first thing he does after talking about Gotcha Man is bring up my name. So he's actually still live right now, I think. But yeah, I already had this live scheduled. I didn't know how long he was going to go live. I tried to tell him, come on the show. I've told this guy multiple times, come on my show. So he had some things to say about me. Let's give him a listen. All right, let me just change something real quick. For some reason, sometimes this thing, I don't know if I'm gonna now see in this. He says something about me and the fact that right now I'm using a free version of EVMux. I'm using a free version of EVMux because I used to pay for Zoom and I didn't have that many guests coming on. So I want to see how this software goes. Plus Zoom, in order to have people come on Zoom, they have to download the app either on their phone or on their computer. So I decided I didn't want to use that anymore. So now I'm looking for different softwares to use. And I don't like the fact that StreamYard is only in 720 video. This one, even in the free version, is 1080. So I want my videos to be as good a quality as they can be. And I'm not just going to go ahead and buy some software without trying it out first. So, yeah, that's what's going on here. Not that I can't, I mean, could I afford another $20 a month? Yeah, sure, no problem. That's like a pack and a half of cigarettes. I mean, for real. So let's get into what Psycho Babble here opens off his show talking about me.
And, I look at my recommends and see the mix-up, man. Ain't seen that guy in a while.
Yeah, see, I was doing this thing called working. Us non-retired people, we can do that thing called working. I do it a lot, and I have several jobs. I do several different things. And, yeah, I had to work.
So I click on
Not all of us have free time to spend on the YouTube, as Johnny Gobble likes to call it, the YouTubes.
Alive, that was that night, I guess. And bang, there's the same suspects saying the same bullshit.
Well, see, yes, I had some guests on the show. And as for any show, the views expressed by the guests on my show are not necessarily the views of me, but I'm still going to have the people on the show. Like when Martin said that you live in a trailer, I really don't think you do live in a trailer, because I've never seen many trailers that have, nice stained wainscoting on the bottom of their walls. Just saying.
Talking about psychobabble, what I own,
And the only thing that I said about what you own is when I talked about your garage, and I questioned the legality of it because I don't know. So can you tell us, is your garage licensed? The garage in your backyard that you use to earn revenue, is that a licensed facility? Because if it's not, what you're doing is illegal, but then you're out here telling everybody else that what you do exactly what other people do. You say, show me one time I've talked about somebody and blasted them on the internet without them saying my name. Name the person. Ryan Upchurch. Ryan Upchurch. Upchurch never said your name, never mentioned your name. And what do? What do? You go and you, week after week, day after day, bash. He looked at some obviously Photoshop photos and made an assumption. Just like you like to make assumptions about people. See, you're sitting there and you're telling, you're like, people want to know where I live and blah, 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 blah. And then you're going to sit there and you're going to talk about how people, oh, well, this person lives in a 1-bedroom apartment and this person lives with their parents. Who cares? I could care less where you live, what type of house you live in. I don't care if you live in a trailer, if you live in a house. I don't care if you live in a mansion. That doesn't matter to me. Little material things like that don't matter to me. It might matter to some of these other people. Maybe it matters to some of the guests I had on my channel, but it doesn't matter to me. But now you're going to say like I was saying these things? Let's see what else you got to say, bro.
I make, what my net worth is, and how I do the same thing they do. Only,
see, you do. You get on the internet and you've said things like, I don't understand how one man can sit here for hours and hours and talk about another man, but then you sit there for hours and hours and talk about Ryan Upchurch, which is another man, and say, hey, and then you down talk everybody. The reason I got on you is because I was watching your videos, some of them in the beginning, they were all right videos. You do make some decent videos, but you are the most condescending a-hole I have ever seen in my life. You talk down to people all the time. You can't help but talk down to people. You got to be better than everybody. You always got to one-up people. I don't like people that sit there and always try and one up somebody. And when you're going to sit there and go, everybody else is low IQ. I'm actually very high IQ, so I don't fall into your little low IQ thing there. You know, I have attention deficit disorder, which means that I do have a high IQ, but I easily get distracted on things. So I can never complete a project, hardly ever, just because I get lost in things. I might finish. I finish some projects if I really got to finish a project, but if I'm working on something for myself, yeah, I never finish it.
not one of them, not a single one of them can point to a single incident.
Oh, here we go. This is what I was talking about.
Where I made a video going after somebody that never spoke a word to me.
Okay, so again, you said never made a video of anybody that never spoke a word to you. So you're saying Ryan Upchurch said something about you? Or are you just that's the main instance?
You can't. My content is response, and the only
your content, you know, and here's the thing about you is that you started making videos a while ago. You were also making fun of Johnny Gobble, and then later in this live stream, right before I went live, I saw that you actually had Johnny Gobble on your show. So what? That's your best friend now?
only way
We got the Babble and the Gobble.
you can have
Jimmy Babble and Johnny Gobble.
any interaction with me at all is to come to my channel. So no, mix up. It's not the same thing. Not even fucking remotely close.
Oh, it's very remotely close because you do this thing where you down talk people and demean them. You talk in the most condescending tone. So I've asked you 4 times, 5 times, multiple times. If you really watch the live, you would see that the invite for you to come over here, speak to me, where I can actually talk and not have you cut me off every 2 seconds, like the one time that I was on your live.
And it just blows my mind that you live in a fantasy world.
No, I don't live in a fantasy world. Just because I had guests on and they want to speak their opinions, because I actually let my guests talk, where you don't. You talk over them. If they say anything that you disagree with at all, just cut them off. Just cut them off. That's what you do.
Where you would absolutely make something like that up and then talk about it like it's real.
See, I never made anything up and talked about it like it was real. I might have had some guests that said some things, but you definitely have demeaned a bunch of people. You came at Ryan Upchurch on him making assumptions over the Kylie Rodney case and the video or the pictures that he showed, where you could obviously see. I mean, if you're sitting there and you're studying this thing and then all of a sudden you see a picture that where the teeth are obviously photoshopped, a bad Photoshop job, you could tell. It's going to start bringing up questions in your head. You're going to start asking more questions. And just because you make an assumption, it's an assumption. You can assume. That's not saying that this is fact. And then you go and attack him for the past month. I don't even know how many months it's been now that you've been on this role of I'm going to cancel Ryan Upchurch.
And, you know, that brings us to, you know, our topic tonight, which is integrity and how people like you and most of Crack Squad are, it's just frightening to know that there are humans that are that way.
Well, it's frightening to know that people like you can be so damn condescending to people and talk down to people when you can't even pronounce words correctly. You're sitting there saying that what's her name there, the girl that did Zanime. You're sitting there saying that she worked for Nassau. Nassau is a county in New Jersey, in a city in New Jersey. So NASA is the place where they work with spaceships and there's astronauts, not Nassau. So
okay, where your judgment is,
you like to cast judgment on people all the time. That's just what you do. You make judgment on people and then trash them on the internet. And then when people trash you back, you realize that this is like shit rolls downhill. So you say something about one person, and then the other people that follow that people, those people then go and say things about you, and it's a big snowball rolling down a hill. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And some of these people do come up with some ridiculous ass shit. I'm not gonna lie, they do. They definitely do. I'm not gonna sit here and down people based on their thoughts, like you.
is based on the person.
I'm going to voice my thoughts, but I'm not going to down other people's thoughts. And the main reason that people keep on attacking you is because you're sitting there and you're downing other people's opinions, because the only opinion that matters to you is your own.
And not the act. Where your morals are based on the person, not the foundation. Where your criticism is biased.
My criticism is never biased. I let people speak their opinion, like I just said. You have the most biased criticism. You need to be number one, held up on a pedestal. You think you're God. You think nobody's better than you. And that is what I hate in people. People that are so condescending that they sit here and go, well, I got this and I got that. You know, I could be sitting here and I made a video the other day where I did this. I'm Psychobabble Rap and I got a $450 microphone here. And you know, I'm using a HD camera and I got my Zoom P8 pod track. Nobody cares what you have. You're just trying to show off. That's what you're doing. You're showing off because you need to show everybody how you went and spent money and you got these things, and you need to show off because you're so egotistical and you have to one up people. You just have that personality, that God complex.
And driven in a biased direction. And where your praise, it only goes with somebody you like or somebody you agree with. You have
No, because some of my guests, like Martin Speaks, I've never seen Martin Speaks before, but I'm going to let the man talk. I'm not going to shut him down. I never said you live in a trailer. He did. Do I think you do? I explained. No. You got wainscoting on the bottom of your wall there. That don't look like a trailer. Actually, it looks like you might have, I can't really tell, the floor there. No, that's carpeting. I was about to say it has hardwood, but no, it looks like it's probably carpeting. But that and the thickness of your walls. You know, I've done construction. When you get these trailers, most of them are not studded with full-size studs. And if you look at that door frame right there, see, it's a full door frame.
absolutely zero substance. And
So if you look right there, I was actually just defending you because I'm going on my own visual judgment and I'm making an assumption based off of what I'm seeing in your video. And what I'm seeing in your video is some very well done stained and polyurethane wainscoting, which is a little outdated, but it still looks nice. And then you got a full-size door frame. And it doesn't look like it was cut down. And you got, it looks like it's probably a house, not a trailer. I will give that to you. These, dude, you
know, and
you make me mad.
I couldn't. It just so happened the spot I hit. Somebody was at, or they somehow got to talking about how old he was.
Yeah, I'm 40 years old. I just turned 40 in December.
And I sadly learned he's 40 years old.
Sadly learned.
And I'm sorry, dude, but I would have guessed you to be 25 based on your maturity.
Hey, if I want to act a little younger, when I am on YouTube, I'm not 100% normal me. I'm it's more of a character. I build a character. I build off a character. A lot of times it's me, but it's built up a little because it's a YouTube personality. I'm building a personality here, not just a, hey, look at me. I'm better than everybody like yourself. I make some jokes. I'm dude, you, oh man.
I'm not just saying that. I mean that.
Oh, you mean that.
I mean, you do not have the maturity of a 40-year-old. Not, you don't even have the mindset.
No, I have a very good mindset. You have the mindset of a narcissist and a condescending jerk.
Of somebody that age. And, I got in a conversation today with a crack squattian. And let me tell you, one of the people that I have got to know through doing this that I have a lot of respect for.
All right, so it sounds like here he's gonna stop talking about me. Later in the video, though, what we all thought was gonna happen is that Johnny Gobble was gonna end up on his stream, and I'm not gonna check that out right now. They're probably still live right now. I mean, let's check and see.
I didn't even know you were doing live.
All right, yeah, Gobble's not up there, but I could care less what he's saying right now. He goes on to talk about how people go and watch his live stream to try and church up anything they can, and they go and try and go on YouTube, like internet investigations. How do they have the time to do all that? I don't do that. I don't go and look up stuff about you and hunt down your address. That might be some other people. Just because I have a guest on my show. The views expressed by guests on the mix-up are not necessarily the views of Sean, the host of the mix-up, and the mix-up. Think about that one.
Sorry.
But you are still a condescending a-hole. I'm trying to keep this stream as clean as possible.
Oh, for God's sakes. I feel sorry for that guy. My eyes look.
All right, yeah, we're gonna go away from psychobabble. I'm gonna get into something different. I originally intended for this video to be something different, and then just like Babble got a recommendation for my video, I got one for his. So I said, "Oh, let's see what psychobabble has to talk about," and it was me. So I had to bring it up. I wouldn't have mentioned him if he didn't mention me. But let's get into something different here, because I don't want to spend this whole stream talking about this moron. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some. I originally planned for this stream to react to some more of these scary videos. There's a couple of them here. One of them is another of the scariest of 2022. This one from Slapped Ham. The last one I did was from Sir Spooks. Sir Spooks videos that he compiled there. A lot of them I feel like we debunked. So I want to try and debunk some more of these scary videos. You know, I always look back at that show, Fact or Fake Paranormal Files, and I think, damn, why'd they cancel that show? It's cool to watch these people like go, and then they would actually like try and do it with the foot, like try and recreate the footage with doing whatever they could to make it happen. And they debunked a lot of these videos. And you would think with the increase of videos on the internet like that it would keep going. So let's get into this. This is Slapped Ham, and it's scariest videos of 2022. And he says this is part 1. So he's going to do a part 2 after this. So let's get into this. And yeah, Psychobabble, I hope that you caught, when you get off your live stream, go watch mine. Because I'm calling you out. Come on, buddy. Come on to mix up. Come where you can't cut me off. All right, let's get into Slapped Ham.
Our first clip of the day was sent to us by Alva Gonzalez. It's some security footage captured at his work. Take a look.
Everything was going smooth and I felt something brush my leg. I don't know what it was. So I felt it right there. I looked down, I put my hand around like, what the hell was that? I moved the pillow and I thought I saw something. And then I'm like, what the hell was that?
Gonzalez said he was busy at work when he thought he felt something brush up against his leg under the tattoo bench.
I don't know what it was. So I felt it right there. I looked down, I put my hand around.
You can see him looking around to see if there's anything there.
And I thought I saw something. And then I'm like, what the hell was that? And I looked around like, did anybody else see that? Then I looked in there, I reached in there, and I saw an actual hand.
However, if you slow it down, you can actually see what appears to be a hand.
I feel like I've seen this one before.
You can see Gonzalez look through the hole.
I mean, there was definitely something under there, but it didn't look like a hand.
I reached in there, and I saw an actual hand.
However, if you slow it down, you can actually see what appears to be a hand.
They say this was at a security checkpoint because this looks like a massage table.
You can see Gonzalez look through the hole, but there's nothing there. If this footage is genuine, then it's truly a strange one. According to the title of the clip, Gonzalez thinks something paranormal might be afoot here, but just what exactly is going on remains a complete mystery.
And then I'm like, what the hell was that?
Gonzalez later messaged us saying that he contacted the man he had just tattooed prior to this
Oh, it was a
sighting.
tattoo
He explained
party.
what had happened and the
Security for. I thought he said. I heard security. I was trying to post something in the comments. If anybody wants to come in here, I just pinned the link to get into the live stream.
man said in private that he had just participated in an 8-day ritual appeasing La Santa Muerte. In Spanish folklore and Mexican
Yo, see this voodoo type stuff? I ain't messing with it.
paganism, Santa Muerte
I ain't messing with that voodoo type stuff.
is seen as the saint of holy death. She's associated with death, healing, and protection, and her cult has been growing in popularity since the early 21st century. La Santa Muerte is usually depicted as a female skeleton dressed in a long robe holding a globe or scythe. She's often associated with colours such as white, red, or black. Devotees of La Santa Muerte believe she can intercede on their behalf with God and other saints, and that she's especially powerful in matters relating to death.
Man, I was at Mohegan Sun here in Connecticut the other week, and the dealer was from Haiti, and he's like, we gonna hit you with that hoodoo, and I'm like, whoa, wait, you trying to hoodoo the cards?
So could the
I ain't messing with that hoodoo shit.
8-day ritual praying to the Saint of Death have something to do with his eerie hand and its sudden disappearance? Whatever the case may be, Gonzalez was so irked by the whole situation, he told the customer to never return to his tattoo parlor ever again.
I moved the pillow, and I thought I saw something. And then I'm like, what the hell was that?
These days, it seems the best scary footage is often captured on security cameras. This video, uploaded to the Amma Media channel on YouTube, certainly seems to prove that point. Take a look.
Yo, this one is similar to the one that we saw on yesterday's stream when I was watching the ones from Sir Spooks, where somebody's, and I've seen this clip before in another video from Slap Hand, but this is an actual person walking around on their hands, like backwards, like hands like their stomach's in the air and their hands are back here and they're like crab walking. I don't know if it's drugged or possessed, but it's definitely one of the two, and that would bug me out. If I saw this like in person, I'm going the other way, because if you walking around some back alleys like that, nah, definitely not. Yeah, they walking like this.
Judging by the timestamp, the clip was recorded a little after 2
I wonder if this is like them clown videos where everybody was dressing up like a clown trying to scare people.
a.m. At first, it looks like it shows some sort of creature walking into view.
Now, if this is the same as the first time he showed this clip earlier in the year, he'll show another clip where they're walking down a back alley the same way. Yo, this is some I would definitely like draw or run.
However, after a few seconds, you can see that it's actually a person walking backwards on all fours. The figure shuffles slowly past the camera until it eventually disappears from view. Apparently, another camera was able to catch the figure's
me out. If somebody was walking, yeah, here's the other one.
movements, this time as it makes its way down an alleyway. Watch.
It's a person, and they're walking all creepy like this. This has to be something like that clown thing when people are dressing up in the clown mask. It's got to be wherever this is. I wonder if that other video from Sir Spooks was in the same area. And look, their face is painted white with blacked out eyes. Yo, this is some voodoo shit.
As it approaches the camera, its face comes into view. It's pale and appears to have dark, sunken eyes.
That's face paint. It doesn't appear to have dark sunken eyes. Somebody whited out their face and put some voodoo ass makeup on. This person's about to do some craziness to somebody. Look, looking like the Misfits. Yo, that is some voodoo stuff right there.
While there's little denying that these clips are unnerving, one keen-eyed viewer noticed that the figure in the first video appears to be wearing a dress, while the
So that means there's two of these people out there going around dressed up doing this. This is
figure in the second video
Nah, see, this ain't no ghostly stuff. This is some weird, creepy ass people practicing some voodoo type craziness.
does not. There's also no timestamp in the second video, making it difficult to prove the two clips were recorded at the same time.
Looking like Gene Simmons walking around with white face paint, blacked out eyes. All you need them little lines going.
Despite this, these videos are sure to creep anyone out that sees them. Imagine checking your security camera in the morning only to see this thing crawling past your window at 2 a.m. This next series of clips has left the TikTok community on edge, with some calling it the most genuine haunting they've seen in years. For some time now, user Dude My House is Haunted has suspected something strange is going on in their home. They often hear a disembodied voice that sounds like a woman crying out from somewhere inside their house. Cupboard doors are found open and objects appear in different parts of the house without anyone moving them. Eventually, the activity became a bit too much, so the OP set up a series of cameras around the home to try and catch some evidence of the bizarre happenings. In July 2021, a camera placed in the kitchen catches some unusual movement. Take a look.
That's crazy.
As you can see, the chair begins to move, seemingly all on its own.
That's insane, guys. I don't even know what to think about that. You know, this kind of stuff has never happened to me, as I said, and I don't know what to think.
Then some cabinets open.
See, when it's stuff like this just moving around, I always feel like it's something that's set up with some fishing line, or it's just it's motions that could easily be done with something like that.
Then yet more activity is captured.
Although this, I mean, I don't know how you're gonna do something like this though. Unless you like epoxied. But then where would you have the pull point? I don't know. What else comes out? Because you're definitely not going to cut some holes in your wall to make something shoot out of it. So let's see if we notice anything. The thing I don't like is this video is filmed from an infrared camera, or the video is made black and white.
Is captured.
So if there was anything, it would be hard to see it. So I'm watching for that other one to open. I want to see if I see like a string or something. Because you see this one, if there was a string on the handle and that pot was in there and positioned in such a way that as soon as the door opened, it fell out. And you could see as soon as the door opens, you see the handle drop. So it's not like it opened and then flew out. And that was, it just fell. It didn't get thrown.
Finally, something seems to move at the rear of the room.
See? And then it moves back into the hallway and sweeps around the corner.
The homeowner says he's been living in the house.
You know, if we go back and we look at that little haze moving around in the back there,
Into the hallway and sweeps around the corner.
the outer border of it does not match with the rest of the footage.
The homeowner says he's been living in the house for over 10 years, and over that time he's heard a lot of strange noises, but chalked it up to an old building creaking and expanding. However, he claims things have become a lot more active in the past year. Here we can see the homeowner seeing a friend off in the front yard after a visit. Take a look at what happens. The OP claims that they both heard a woman saying hello from inside of the house. You can clearly see their reactions, and they even call out to see if there's anyone there.
Hello?
Claims that they both heard a woman saying hello from inside of the house.
I didn't hear none. Huh?
You can clearly see their reactions, and they even call out to see if there's anyone there.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
In this next sequence, we see the homeowner working in his home office. He says he heard some banging noises coming from the back of the house, so he set up his camera phone to film continuously to see if he could capture the noises on camera. Well, it appears he caught a little more than just noises. Watch.
Man, what are we gonna see here? Alright, there's definitely a shadow in the hallway. And it looked like somebody walking down the hall and opening a door.
He says he heard some banging noises coming from the back of the house, so he set up his camera phone to film continuously to see if he could capture the noises on camera. Well, it appears he caught a little more than just noises. Watch.
Yeah, for sure. Shadow. And then door opening noises.
Okay, I think you just heard something.
A shadow passes by, then we can hear the attic door bang.
No, it's just the attic door. Not just any door, the attic door. A lot of people think their attics are haunted. That's some creepy shit.
Okay, I think you just heard something.
A few weeks later, the OP notifies his followers that he had to leave the house and that he's been staying with his...
You know, I used to I lived in an apartment when I was a kid, and we had access to the attic, and there was a whole nother section of the attic that, like, supposedly the other people didn't have access to, but it was like nobody could get into it, and it looked like a whole nother apartment, like hidden another apartment. Like, you go through that part of it was creepy, like that there was a whole nother attic that nobody used.
Son for quite some time. While away, he received a Ring security camera notification that movement had been detected in his house. He looked at the feed and was shocked to see this. Out of nowhere, the attic door opens by itself. A box voice. He received a Ring security camera notification that movement had been detected in his house.
That moves down so slowly.
He looked at the feed and was shocked to see this.
It's like really slow and then fast.
Out of nowhere, the attic door opens by itself. A box falls down. Then the ladder extends downward.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this: that obviously the box is taped up. It's not just an empty box. There's something in it. You can see up here in the attic that it looks like there's some bins and stuff, and it looks like somebody just climbed up the stairs. They pulled the stairs down, climbed up, and then stacked it on those bins, and it started to slide off. Because if you look at the first
Indication that movement
when
had
it
been
drops.
detected in his house. He looked at the feed and was shocked to see this.
Now you can see the box hanging on the stairs.
Out of nowhere, the attic door opens by itself. A box falls down.
And then it finally makes its way down. I think the box just fell and pushed. Those attic doors don't take much to push down.
Then the ladder extends downward.
All right, now this part though. I can explain away the box. The ladder opening.
Then the ladder extends downward.
And I don't
A box
see
falls down.
anything. It's obviously a heavy box.
Then the
you can
ladder
tell.
extends
But
downward.
this,
In the most recent
man, I really don't have an explanation for that one. That one cannot be explained away with logic.
footage captured in June 2022, things seem to have escalated. It's the middle of the afternoon when this happens.
What flavor do you want? Terrible. Hey. Yeah. Hey.
So this is just like the other one where we got the moving chair.
Yeah. Hey.
And a cabinet door flying open.
Watching that again, the chair seems to move all on its own.
Terrible.
And the chair spins around in this one too.
Hey. Yeah. Hey.
Then a knife flies across the room.
A knife flies. I don't,
Hey.
Then a knife flies across.
where is a knife?
Yeah. Hey.
Then a knife flies across the room.
Oh
The
shit!
OP says this was the final straw and they left the house immediately and haven't been back since.
Yo, they just ditched their whole house. They were like, not today.
According to the Post, they're prepping the house so they can move away permanently. This is an ongoing saga, one we'll continue to keep an eye on. In the meantime, I highly recommend you check out their page, as there's loads more clips we weren't able to.
I mean, that last one with the stairs, I mean, the ladder for the basement, or ladder for the attic, that one, I mean, I could explain it opening with the box falling on it and slipping off of something. I can't explain away the ladder opening. This is, the chair does like a complete 360. You'd have to really position some string really well to pull that off.
Cover here.
I mean, if you had it wrapped around the chair and then pulled on it, but I still don't think it would be that uniform of a spin.
As always,
I can't explain that one away with logic.
I'll put a link in the description box below. This next freaky encounter was featured on the paranormal YouTube channel Paseo Infinito. Not a lot is known about the origins of the clip, but the camera holder appears to be conducting some kind of paranormal investigation. In the background, we can see a chained up cabinet filled with dolls and some other devices on a table. The camera holder's filming the room with a thermal lens. Watch what he captures.
What the hell? What is that? What?
That looks like somebody wearing a hat and some sunglasses at the end of the hall.
What the?
Peering out from behind a cabinet, you can see what looks like a child's face.
What the hell?
And it looks like it has a backwards hat
What is that?
and some shades on.
When they lower the thermal lens, you can clearly see there's nothing behind the cabinet.
What the?
What else could be causing those heat signatures? Let's look at what is there.
You can see a chained up cabinet filled with dolls and some other devices on a table. The camera holder's filming the room with a thermal lens. Watch what he captures.
What the hell? What is that?
It did look like it moved, but was that the movement of the camera? Whatever that is, just moved again.
Peering out from behind a cabinet, you can see what looks like a child's face.
What the hell? What is that?
When they lower the thermal lens, you can clearly see there's nothing behind the cabinet.
What the?
The brief clip's been freaking viewers out, with most comments at a loss to explain the eerie sighting. No one seems to know who captured this footage, and I wish...
I mean, I don't see anything else there that could be causing heat to show up on the camera like that.
the clip was a little longer, because it appears to show something genuinely mysterious. If anyone in the comments knows where the clip is originally from, we'd love to hear about it. In the meantime, all we can do is speculate on what this eerie face really could be.
What the?
In February 2022, something truly bizarre was caught on a security camera in Chicalapan de Juarez, about 20 miles east of Mexico City. The footage was uploaded to YouTube by Mousen TV. Take a look. It's about 20 miles east of Mexico City. The footage was uploaded to YouTube by Mousen TV. Take a look.
What?
Security
So it
camera in
starts
Chicalapan
there.
de Juarez, about 20 miles east of Mexico City. The footage was uploaded to YouTube by Mousen TV. Take a look.
Whatever it is obviously floating. It looks about the same pixels and everything as the rest of the footage.
The camera overlooks an empty lot. 3 stray dogs are spooked by an unknown
See, the dogs is what makes me know that this isn't some type of edit, but what is that?
floating object that hovers about the area.
It comes from high, drops down low, and then floats away. And it doesn't like really have a human shape or anything to it. And when it gets to the, like right here, it looks like it almost gets taller and straighter and back down. And then that's, man, especially right here. It looks
Is
like
the
something
object.
wait a second. Hold on. I think when it was up taller, it was a little bit of a different differentiation. Little bit of different. You can differentiate between the object and the background of the pixels when it got straight. Or can you? All right, so this here you can kind of see scan lines, and then right here they cut out, which could mean that there was just dogs roaming around and somebody edited this in. I'm not sure, but if you look, you can see that these scan lines here are not showing up here.
Is the object through an infrared filter. It looks to be an amorphous blob that drifts through the air.
Like when you look on the edges of it, you don't see those scan lines going through it, which means that it was probably put in the footage after the footage was taken. And because they made it semi-transparent, you see it a little bit on the top of it when it gets straight, but you don't.
Initially,
The scan lines don't go through it.
people thought the footage was edited with CGI. However, the
That's what I'm thinking.
fact that the dogs interact with
I mean, the dogs could have just been moving to something else, and then they put this in.
the object seems to discredit this theory. Some comments speculated whether the object is alien in nature, perhaps a craft of some kind collecting data here on Earth.
The scan lines. I'm telling you, you see the
Of
lines.
course, there's a possibility it could just be a drone or perhaps a deflated balloon, but the amorphous quality of the object casts some doubt on this theory. It's definitely a strange piece of footage.
I think it's edited, even with the dogs. I think the dogs could have seen something else.
And as of yet, there's been no official word on what this object really could be.
Yeah, like as soon as it goes up on the top of whatever that is there, you can see a difference between that and the background. All right, so I'm going to take a quick break and I will be right back.
Try me, and if you're going hate this, you can bite me.
cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste me, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate me, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you want to take me, you can try me. If you want to hate bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste me, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate me, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Let's go. Yeah. I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes.
And I'm back. Back. Let's get right back into this.
Paranormal investigator Lalo Escalante is dedicated to exploring some of the most notorious locations in Mexico. Whether it's abandoned buildings, sites of urban legend, or cemeteries, more often than not, Lalo Escalante captures some really freaky stuff on camera. In this episode, he's exploring an old graveyard.
Yo, graveyards can be some creepy places.
Many locals believe the property is riddled with tormented spirits, and often report sightings of shadowy figures lurking in the dead of night and objects moving seemingly all on their own. Disembodied screams are also said to be a common occurrence. It isn't long into the exploration before the OP begins hearing things in the distance.
Escucho un grito. Hola.
Uy, uy, abrió una reja.
Moments later, as the camera holder's torch begins to flicker, he asks if there's any spirits nearby to make themselves known. That's when this happens.
Si una entidad se quiere manifestar,
What are we looking for here?
dame una señal.
I see a cat.
¿Alguna entidad se encuentra aquí?
And now it sounds like there's water. Was the water running the whole...
Si una entidad se quiere manifestar,
See, the ground is already wet.
dame una
There's a cat there.
señal. ¿Alguna entidad se encuentra aquí?
So the cat moves and the water comes on, but the water was on once before because you can see that the ground is wet already.
¿Qué pedo?
Watching that again, a nearby tap mysteriously turns.
And you know, here's the thing about a tap like that where it's an outdoor water system is all of those outdoor water systems always have a shutoff for each zone of it, especially when it's ran with PVC like that. There's normally a ball valve somewhere other than just a tap.
Turns itself on, scaring the
And the ground was already wet, so that could be set up to a valve that's on a timer. But why would it be about, I don't...
cat away.
¿Alguna entidad se encuentra aquí?
It's water pipes ran with CPVC, which can have a ball valve in them anywhere, and it's outside.
¿Qué pedo? Se abrió la llave.
He then turns the tap off, but seconds later, it turns itself back on.
Se abrió la llave. Uy. ¿Quién anda ahí? Se abrió la llave.
I wish I spoke Spanish so I could understand what he was saying. I really wish I spoke Spanish so I could understand him.
¿Sí la vieron? Ay, Dios mío. Mira, 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 mira. Otra vez de nuevo. ¿De nuevo se abrió?
All right, hold on. See, I know a little bit about plumbing, and this could be the washer is like almost worn out because of,
Ay, Dios mío.
I mean, and like I said before, if it was turned off somewhere else while he was turning it, but even turning the valve, if you look when it goes on the second
La
time,
llave.
and there's the close up of it, you could see the water coming out the top of where that I can't think of the word for it. It's the little cartridge that goes into the bib there.
Uy. ¿Quién anda
A lot of stray cats around here.
ahí? Se abrió la llave. La llave se abrió. ¿Sí la vieron?
I really think that when he was turning it, somebody turned the water off remotely somewhere else with a ball valve in that PVC. And that valve is just shot. And if you turn it, nothing's going to happen.
Mira, 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 mira. Otra vez de nuevo.
Because you see how the water is going up? The only way that can happen is if there's no gaskets in there. So the gasket shot, the water had to have been turned off somewhere else.
¿De nuevo se abrió?
Later, the upload
Look.
Otra vez de nuevo.
Look at the water spewing out the top of the valve.
¿De nuevo se abrió?
Later, the uploader explores another part of the cemetery when something eerie is caught on camera. Watch.
¿Quién está aquí? ¿Alguien Vean, 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 vean. Vean cómo el tren se está moviendo. El tren se está moviendo, el tren se está moviendo. El tren se está moviendo, vean, vean, vean.
Somehow, the toy appears to move on its own.
Estoy enfocando.
He even checks to see if there's batteries, but there's none there.
¿Quién eres? Vean, por favor, que no estoy desenfocando esto. Se está moviendo el tren.
Okay, let's go back.
Enfocando. Vean cómo el tren se está moviendo. El tren se está moviendo, el tren se está moviendo. El tren se está moviendo, vean, vean, vean.
Somehow, the toy appears to move on its own.
Estoy enfocando.
He even checks to see if there's batteries, but there's none there.
¿Quién eres?
I mean, in the movement that it moved, you could tell it was being tugged because
El tren se está moviendo. El tren se está moviendo, vean, vean, vean.
it like stopped, like somebody's pulling, and then they stop to move their hand forward, and then they pull again. You see it in the motion.
Está aquí.
So that was a taunt fish in
Alguien es-
line. Pull,
Vean, 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 vean,
switch
vean, vean,
hands,
vean.
pull again.
Vean cómo el tren se está moviendo.
Switch hands, pull
El tren se
again.
está moviendo, el tren se está moviendo.
They're pulling.
El tren se está moviendo, vean, vean, vean.
And the way it's moving, you can almost see that somebody's pulling a string like this. And then you can see it in the
El
motion.
tren se está... Vean,
There's
vean,
a-
vean,
it
vean, vean, vean,
pauses.
vean, vean. Vean cómo el tren se
Pause.
está moviendo. El
Pause,
tren se está moviendo, el tren se está moviendo.
pause, move,
El tren se está moviendo,
pause,
vean, vean, vean.
move.
Somehow,
Same motions that if somebody was pulling it with a string would be making.
the toy appears to move on its own.
Estoy enfocando.
I'm calling this one debunked.
Even checks to see if there's batteries, but there's none there.
¿Quién eres? Vean, por favor, que no estoy desenfocando esto. Se está moviendo el tren. Dios mío de mi vida.
Now let's look when he picks it up.
Vean. No tiene pilas, vean.
No batteries.
After hearing numerous strange sounds, the explorer is soon confronted by a terrifying sight. Take a look.
Se ve que tiene muchísimos años. Mira.
Confronted by a terrifying sight. Take a look.
Somebody there?
Se ve que tiene muchísimos años. Mira.
I just think that was the same black cat. Standing on
Sounds, the
something.
explorer is soon confronted by a terrifying sight. Take a look.
Se ve que tiene muchísimos años. Mira. Ay, ay, se vio una mujer. Se vio una mujer.
Here it is again, slowed down. There appears to be the figure of a woman moving to the right. The OP is so freaked out, he begins to recite a prayer in Latin.
Pater noster, quis in ceris, sanctificetur, nomen tu adveniat, regnum tu fiat, voluntatus sicut, in cielo in the terra.
Before long, yet more strange
I just noticed that none of my comments are showing up here on the stream in the streaming software. So I'm gonna take a pause here and pull the window out of the YouTube page and bring it to where I can see it. Let's see. Pop that out. I'm gonna bring it up here temporarily. And then bring this back open. Bring this over here. Now I can see comments. I don't know why it's not working within the streaming software, but I only seen one comment. That was all I saw was one comment. I don't know why.
activities recorded.
Quiero que te presentes. Preséntate.
So the broken hose bib here. Again, that thing is obviously leaking out the top. Somebody's turning that on and off from somewhere else. I guarantee. No matter how many times you turn that valve, there's no gasket in it because the water would not be. Even if the gasket was half shot, the water would not be spewing up that much. And another thing is, even if it was on a timer, see there's a hose going down too that goes into the ground, which probably goes to the sprinkler system, and that little Y. If somebody had just turned on that Y and it's on a timer to go off every once in a while, the water with that sprinkler system, other things, that could be it. And somebody just turned it on at the Y. Because that hose off of that Y definitely goes into the ground. And the gaskets on that thing are definitely shot. We're not even there. Hmm? Now, one thing I will say is that you could obviously see that the vehicle's moving slow. And I want to see the exact point where you see the head. If it looks like it gets that car, if it's like, I don't know how big the bumper on that car is, but I mean, it could be somebody just trying to hitch a ride. Let's slow it down here. You know, the voice sounds so weird. Slow down. So let's look. You're gonna see. hmm, So right here, I don't know. It doesn't look like she came from the car, and it's definitely in the footage and not edited. This one. This is another one. See, this guy's videos. I can't explain away as many of them with logic like I do the other ones. Like the There's a couple there that I could easily explain away with logic. This one, that could be. That's why I was trying to see if it looked like somebody jumped out of the back, or because I don't know how that the hatch on that SUV opens. I don't even know what type of car that has to be foreign car in a foreign country that we don't have here. I've never seen one of those. Definitely a crossover of some kind, but I'm not sure. I mean, the fact that she looks back at the car kind of makes me think that she might have came from the car. But then again, most of those SUVs, the whole hatch opens up, so you would see the whole thing open. It wouldn't just be like it doesn't have a. Even the ones that do drop down, that you have to open the window for the bottom to drop. I'd need to see the back of that car. I'd need to know what type of car it is. I mean, the front end similar to a Volvo, but that's not definitely not a Volvo. This looks kind of similar to one of the videos in the Sir Spooks one. What that could be anything. It's flickering, whatever it is. Meh. They're far zoomed in, and that's not even in the sky. I think whatever it is not in the sky. It's definitely on the ground. So that could literally be anything. I don't think it's on I think it's on the ground. I don't think, like, even when they zoom in, it doesn't look like it's in the sky at all. I've seen this one before. Again, these are the best of our scariest of 2022. What's up, underground hip hop? What's up, Moto, in the chat? Trying to debunk these ghost videos and scary videos. A lot of them I feel like can be explained away with logic. Need a linguistics expert to read his lips. Yeah, I can't explain this one away. And his lips, you could say it could say either. It looked like it could be either one. Yo, that definitely looks like a number on that bug. That looks like a 36 or 38 on there. Yo, it really does. It really does, yo. Don't look too natural to me. This one you can't. Not get close enough to see what they are. Camera goes out of focus. Something to. I'd like to know what kind of bugs these are. That's some. That's some make you think kind of stuff right there. I want to know what kind of bug this is. I mean, it could be a mind trick, but I think I gotta know what kind of bug it is. I'd have to do research on whatever bug this was before I could make an assumption here. I feel like I've seen this one before. Let's see. Yeah, that's. What could this be? It can't be a bug going by the screen because it's behind him. Yeah, I can't. This one I can't. I can't come up with anything. I mean, at first I'm thinking maybe something with the Flash, but I don't know. That's a good point, Brenda. Was it a dog underneath the seat? But it was kind of like grayed out. But then if it was moving fast enough, eh, it would look blurry. I don't know. A lady taking selfies. This lady just got a new camera and she crazily taking selfies. I don't know. She's older. Maybe it's her first time taking selfies. I mean, it really looks like she's doing the. Was that one good? Was that one good? Was that one good? Was that one good? Oh, that is kind of weird that she's holding the same smile the whole time and not making any expression when she looks at the pictures. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna get to more music reactions. Yeah, normally I do music reactions. That's mainly what I do. Send me something you'd like me to react to. I'll gladly react to it within the next couple days. Thanks for the sub, Moto. Yeah, I call this channel the mix up because I like to mix it up rather than just be a reaction channel. I like to talk, do some things, not just be a just a one trick pony, I like to make the channel more than just one thing. She's trying to get a good selfie. She looks like she's a little older too. So like older people really wouldn't be that good with taking selfies. Probably like I want to say she looks like she's 50s, 60s. What are we? Oh no, there's a blur and then the cat runs. What's up, Honey Money in the chat? It didn't really at first it doesn't look like it's watching a dolls. It looks like it's watching something on the floor. That I do believe. Excuse me. See, the cat looked like it was staring at something on the floor, but why'd the cat run away? See the ones in this scariest of 2022 compilation definitely a lot more questions than the last video I watched like this because the last one seemed like it was more a lot more of them seemed like you can explain away. I mean, as is most of these videos on YouTube, because it's people just looking for views. They're, you know, I mean, hell, and if you can make your video look good enough to make a whole channel around ghost videos and make them convincing where people are following you, more power to you. What do we got next? What? Whatever the noise is, the cat. Cat definitely hears it. Something definitely did. There was something in the reflection of that TV. Or was it only in the window? Or was it back noises? I think whatever that was, I can't speak for the noise, but whatever that was does not look like it leaves the window space behind her. Or does it? I think after this video, I'm gonna end this stream, take a long extended break, and then come back and start another stream and finish this off. All right, that was definitely something in the reflection inside. That don't know about this one. I think somebody's there. I want to know what the rest of her content is. Is it all creepy videos like this? What does she normally post? Somebody messing with her. I'd want to get out of there too. All right, I'm gonna take an extended break. I'm gonna reset another stream to start at, see, it's 12. Let's say 12:30. So I'll be back at 12:30 with another stream. Till next time, this has been the Mix Up. Peace.